Hello there everybody, welcome back. Boyd here with you again. Well, I've got something a little bit different to show you guys today. A couple of weeks ago, the folks over at Gaahleri Airbrushes reached out to me through an email and asked if they could send over a couple of their airbrushes from their line for me to do a little test and review here on the channel and show them to you guys. So I kind of took a look around at what they were offering over there, and I kind of liked what I saw, so I agreed to it. And here we have it, you guys. They sent me over 3 airbrushes from their line here. We kind of have like the basic entry-level model here. We have sort of a utility airbrush with the pistol type trigger on it. And then we have the advanced, which is kind of in line with like the Iwata HPC airbrush that I like to use. So I did a little bit of work with these airbrushes. I'm not going to go into this video today and show you the airbrushes or what kind of pattern they can spray on paper and things like that. You can find other videos out there that show that. I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I found working with these airbrushes in practical terms on basically using them to work on painting models. And I found that they worked really, really well. And I think if you do a little looking into this, you'll find that their prices are very competitive. They're a little bit or maybe even a lot less than like a similar Iwata brush. I would call their entry-level brush here the GHAD 39 on par with the Iwata Neo. I would put the GHAD 68, the brush with the pistol grip on it, and the trigger, kind of like the Grex airbrushes that are out there, kind of in that same category. And then the GHAC 98D is the top of the line brush that they offer. And this is just a phenomenal airbrush, you guys. It's really, really nice. The thing that I noticed right off the bat when I got them is they're in these really nice packages. Of course, that doesn't say a lot about how the airbrush is actually going to work. But just to show you kind of from top to bottom, I think you're getting some really good quality with these, reasonably priced airbrushes here. You get this nice little packaging, like I said, a whole detailed guide about how to use and clean the brush, some painting tips, but you get some nice little extras here too. You get a couple little extra gaskets, a couple little extra seals, you get some grease. That's if you're going to maintain if you want your airbrush to last you a long time. My airbrushes typically last me 5-10 years. That's if you take good care of them. You clean them regularly, you lubricate them, you don't abuse them, you use the proper materials, and they should last you a long time. But so you get all those things. You get an extra nozzle and tip to go bigger or smaller if you want to. I believe the basic size in this is like a 0.3, and then it can go up to a 0.5. So if you're just doing fine type airbrushing, you can use the smaller needle and tip, and if you want to do a little bit more general type painting, you can go up. You've got the nice detachable cup here. Now this particular brush I've got set up here, and I've been using it. Like I said, it's been working out really great. It's got the standard size cup on it right now, but you've got this larger cup you can put on there, which is a nice option if you're painting something fairly big and you don't want to be changing out. And one of the things, like I said, I noticed right off the bat is these brushes are like, they're not super heavy, but they just have a nice, really good quality feel to them. They're nice and solid. The plating on them is really well done. The inner mechanisms all seem to be really high quality. It's very responsive. These are all besides the pistol grip there. These are both the beginner and the top level brush here are both dual action. So you got really nice precise control over that. You got your basic adjustments here. You can limit how far the trigger can travel before the paint starts coming in. You can adjust the air pressure settings and everything. So it's just a really nice brush for the price. And this is what I used when I was working on my latest project. This is what I sprayed my base color with. I got the color out of a can, but I always like to take it out of the can and spray it on in the airbrush. So I sprayed the base color, and then I came back and sprayed the clear coat, which this is going to be kind of my go-to airbrush for doing my clear coats, because it's always a good idea if you're going to be spraying like the automotive clears. You keep a separate brush for that. You never really want to use a gun or a brush that you're going to be spraying clear in and be using colors in that. The reason why is that you can ruin your paint job by just having a tiny little piece of colored paint come out in your clear finish, and that tends to happen no matter how well you clean your brush. You know, you think you've got it all out of there, you'll, for some reason, clear coat is a little bit thicker, and if there's anything in there, it's just going to grab a hold of it and pull it right out with it. So you'll be spraying a really nice clear coat paint job on one of your models, and all of a sudden, you know, let's say it's going to be a nice black or something like that, and a big old chunk of white paint will come out of there and stick right on there. And that's just a horrible nightmare that you don't want to have happen. So I've always kind of had a rule of thumb where I've always had a separate either air gun or airbrush for doing my clear coats only, because if a chunk of clear comes out of there and gets in your paint, that's no big deal. You can, you know, wait till it's dry and buff that out and it'll blend right in. Where if it, you know, the colored piece of debris gets in there, it can get trapped in there and there's no way to get rid of it except sand it until it's smooth and then paint your base color back over that and then paint your clear over it, and basically you're starting all over. So, you know, just something to kind of think about. But so I've never had one of these pistol type, trigger type airbrushes before. So, you know, I was a little bit skeptical about it. Didn't know if I would like the way it felt. Let me get this, kind of hard to get this out of here. I might have to get my little, something to pick it out of there with. It's in this nice, really nice, high quality foam, you know, container here. But let's put the small cup on there. And so I was just able to use this small cup here, and I just used this to put down my my clear coat on my 1/16 scale Trans Am that I just finished up. And I think you guys could see in the video the paint job turned out really nice. I only did some light polishing on that, and I didn't really even need to. The clear sprayed down on there really nice and smooth. It gave me a nice, you know, fairly wide fan, which you really like, because that way you don't have to make so many passes over it. You know, I had to make like 3 nice passes over the roof, maybe 2 over the hood, maybe 2 over the trunk, and maybe 1 on the side. And that's kind of what you're looking for when you're painting, you know, something a little bit bigger. But this would work great for your 1/24th, 1/25th scale car bodies, your Starship models, you know, things like that. And again, it's got a really nice quality feel to it. I felt like I had really good control over the trigger here. This uses a standard Iwata type air hose fitting, so if you've already set up with an Iwata, you don't have to change that out or anything. That, you know, fits right on there. All your Iwata type filters and everything will work. So it's just, you know, really nice. And I mean, I think if you guys check these out and look up the prices, you're going to be pretty surprised. And these are just really, really nice. Now, so yeah, this is going to be kind of my, you know, go-to clear coat gun. So I'm not sure, you know, how often I'll be using it, but yeah, it should last a really long time and work really good for that. I've got the next size bigger needle I could go to, but I didn't even have to do that. It worked out just fine with the 0.3 in there. And then we'll show you this last one here, you guys. This this brush I thought was, well, let me just put this off to the side now. I'll close it up later. I was really impressed with this one, you guys. This brush is nice. I did a little bit of test spraying. What I'll probably be using this brush for is whenever I'm doing some like weathering or shading, and I want like really smooth, really small, really fine detail. This brush is more than capable of doing it, guys. Now, one thing you can do too, some of you guys that are kind of new to airbrushing, you may not know about this, but I normally spray with the shroud over the tip here, right? This is your shroud, you basically call this. But if you want to get down and you really want to paint some, whoop, I took the whole thing off. I only should have took the front part off there. Hang on a second, you guys. Don't have my glasses on right now. Let me get this put back on. And we're just going to take off the very end there. There we go. So you can take this shroud off, and you can see you're just exposing the tip of the needle there. That's how you get your really fine, you know, because you're not disturbing the air. This little shroud here also kind of is a vortex effect where it makes it want to spread out more into a fan. So this will keep it a really pinpoint. So I got down and did some testing up close on a piece of paper, kind of like what they're showing you right here. And I was able to get like I could draw my, you know, write my name. I could do all kinds of, you know, little controlled little lines and everything, and fade in and fade out, and just have really, really nice control over it. Again, this brush here being I would say on par or maybe even a little superior to my Iwata HP, which that's been my go-to, airbrush when I want to do really, really nice work for a long time. My general airbrush I was using was an Iwata Neo, but yeah, this has just got an excellent feel to it. It's really comfortable in your hand. I really like the trigger effect. You got all your, standard adjustments on this. You got, the larger, well, actually this one doesn't come with a larger cup, but like I said, for doing the small little fine detail work, you don't need a large cup on there. You're just going to be spraying, really minute amounts of paint. So for like doing shading and, for example, like doing, weathering streaks on the front edge of a airplane model, or like even on an Enterprise that you've seen me do, this will be ideal for that. You can come in there and just do this super, super fine, and you can make it fade in and fade out just like you want. And actually, I didn't feel like my Iwata HP was really all that good at that, but this is really, really amazing as far as like how precise you can get down to painting with. And at a price point that I would say is like 3/4 or maybe a little bit less than what an Iwata HP costs. So just really, really nice. So I'm definitely going to be going with these brushes for a while. I'll probably show you some projects along the way where I'll be actually showing you these in use and showing you how they work, and kind of over the long run what I feel like, how they're holding up and everything like that, and just give you an honest opinion about it. But I got to say, guys, right off the bat, I'm really impressed. And we're always looking to save a few dollars. I know Iwata's been an awful good airbrush. I've never had any complaints about them whatsoever. But if I was looking to go out there and buy a replacement after having tried this, I would certainly consider this for sure. It's just a really, really nice brush. And then again, these other more basic ones are on par with, just really, really good quality. So yeah, I just thought I would show that to you guys today. I've been meaning to do this for a while. But thanks again to the folks over there at Gaahleri for sending these out. I really appreciate that. And I'm hoping that you guys get more exposure. I mean, this is a really nice product, all the way from the packaging, all the way up to the the airbrush itself. And they were just like really, really nice. They sounded like really great people just in the email communications I had with them. So I think it'd be more than worth your while to check these out, guys. Let me try to get one of these back in the wrapper here, just to kind of show you again what it looks like when you get it. The 98D here. We've got the nice trigger action gun here. And yeah, I just couldn't be more than pleased with these, you guys. So that'll be a wrap for this one, everybody. Thanks for checking it out. And yeah, give these Gaahleri airbrushes a try if you're in the market for a new airbrush. I don't think you'll be disappointed. We'll catch you next time, everybody. And until we do, take care out there and happy modeling, everybody.